I have with me the brand new Dacia Spring Extreme version, 65 horsepower, full electric, fantastic city electric car. Probably this Dacia Spring has the best consumption when it comes to driving in the city or at speeds up to 80 km per hour. Anyway, this is the brand new model. Basically, it's kind of a facelift, I would say, but a facelift like a new model. Why I say that? Because the only thing that's remained the same from the previous version is the roof, the upper side of the roof. Otherwise everything is different, everything look different in the interior, on the exterior, and to be honest, it's much more attractive. Also, I will have a separate video, interior, exterior, technical data, material, multimedia, and so on. Definitely check out that videos on my channel because they are already there. Probably if they are not, they will come soon. But in this video we will drive the car. Beautiful color. This is the brick red color. It looks really nice. I really like the way it sits on the car. I like also this new design language, which we will talk about in the review video. And by the way, guys, the car have those 15-inch rims on this version, on the extreme version. On the entry-level version it comes with 14, but yeah, more about that we will talk in those videos. Otherwise, here you have some plastic caps which look pretty nice. This is the key, by the way. If you want to unlock and lock, you just press those buttons. It didn't come with electric folding mirrors, and also when you don't have any more battery, you can unlock it from here. Those are the handles, by the way. This is the interior. We will talk about a little bit more about the interior in the full review video. On the extreme version, it comes with those seats which look really interesting. I really like this combination of textile material here with some artificial leather on the side, and also this new Dacia logo in the middle. Normal pedals down there. Also, let me go inside. If you want to start the car, so this is the only electric car which you have to start it with the classic key. Otherwise, all other cars you have a start-stop engine button, but you rotate it and now it's on. But let me give you some information and technical data about the car that will amaze you. Check this out, guys. The price of this car, starting price of this car in essential version, start at around 16,900 euro. It's amazing price. It's pretty good for what this car offer and what this car it is. But in some countries where you have incentives, like Romania, for example, you can buy this car for 11,800 euro. A brand new electric car. This is quite impressive. Now, the version that I have with me, it's the top of the range, kind of extreme version, and it costs 19,900 euro. It's still a good price, still under 20,000. And we will talk about everything in the car, and I will explain you why I think this is a pretty good price for what this car offer. Then it's a front wheel drive. It comes with one electric motor installed on the front, a 65 horsepower. You can get it on the entry level also with 45 horsepower, but this one on the extreme, the version that I have with me, we will test drive today, it has 65 horsepower, 113 newton meters. The range of the car is 225 kilometers, but in the city, Dacia claims that you can reach up to 305 kilometers, which is pretty good, and it's really believable, and I will show you in a second why I say that. Consumption around 14.6 kilowatt hour. We will test this also in a separate video, and also in this video we will test the consumption. We will see in the end what kind of numbers we get. Top speed 125 kilometers per hour, 0 to 113.7 seconds. The weight of the car, it's super heavy for an electric car, under 1000 kilograms, so it has 975 kilograms. This is very good. Also, the battery capacity 27.4 kilowatt hour. It's a lithium battery, 400 volt. Turning circle 9.63 meter as expected, pretty good. Charging speed 6.6 kilowatt in AC and 34 in DC. It comes with MacPherson suspension, independent on the front and semi-independent rear with torsion bar on the rear. Also, the car have vehicle to load as an option if you want to get that. Those are the most important information. Now let me put the seat belt and let's start driving. First of all, let me explain you a few things around here before we start driving. I did my last trip. When I get the car until here, I kind of cross all the city with traffic and no traffic, but no highway. Speed up to 80 km per hour. And let me show you the numbers. I was amazed. Where is it? Here. Look at this, 10.6 kilowatt hour consumption. I don't remember when I was having such a good consumption last time on an electric car. Probably I managed with the new model, Tesla Model 3, I think I managed around 11 or also 10 something. I don't remember well, but this is amazing. I mean, this has the best consumption on the electric cars, which is a big plus for the car. And it comes with a manual handbrake. I wish although to have some electronic handbrake. It doesn't have auto hold. And here you have the stalk. Now new from the previous version, you have also the B mode. That means you can put it in drive. So when you release the acceleration, the car is rolling. When you put it in B mode, will recuperate a little bit the energy. You can adjust the steering wheel up and down, but you cannot adjust it forward, backward. But it's fine because you find the position here. The seats are pretty simple, basic. You have a tall driving position, good visibility around the windows. Also great visibility in this mirror here and in the mirrors. So I have nothing to complain. Everything is arrayed really perfectly. We have physical button for every function. Let's start driving and then I will give you more information as we go. Here you have also a button from where you can activate and deactivate the safety features. And this is cool because it has also that speed limit warning and so on, but I will explain you. And here is the climatic system, which you can turn it on and off from here, very simple, just like that. It's kind of a semi-automatic system, but it's simple to adjust because you have physical button, which is really good from my point of view. We will reset the consumption as well, and then as we go on the road I will give you more info. So let me reset it. So press this button. You can also kind of configure this digital cockpit in the front there in many ways, which is pretty fine. You press the brake, put it in drive or B mode. Let me put it in D. In D mode, it means that I accelerate, I release the acceleration, the car is still rolling. When you put it in B mode, the car will have that regenerative brake. It's not super strong, but it's more than enough. Now the good part is that the car is small. It has also a reverse camera, which is pretty good, and you have those active lines that help you park and guide you in the front there. It has also sensors on the rear, so it's good that you can turn around the car in small spaces like here. It's very convenient, it's very light, it's very convenient, and I definitely like that. Now the suspensions are pretty fine. I would say from 1 to 10 I will give it a 6.5, something like that. For small medium bumps, it's more than fine. For the city driving, it's more than perfect. And I tested here in Bucharest, one of the city with not so good roads, right? But if you're driving in a country like Germany or Switzerland or France or wherever where the streets are better, yeah, in France some areas are not perfect as well, but yeah, if you drive in a city, in a country where you have perfect roads, then you wouldn't feel anything because the comfort is pretty good. Visibility wise, it's perfect, I feel. And what is very important, because this car, it's a city car, right? So what is important when you have a city car? To be light to drive, right? The steering wheel, it's light, it's easy to drive. This is important, and it is. The steering wheel has this new design, you know, like you saw it also on the new Dacia Duster, or on the new Dacia models will come also with this design, which is great. You have a fantastic grip. It's made in kind of a rubber, so it's not leather or something like that, it's rubber, but it's a good grip, good visibility in the digital screens there. You can also customize somehow to see different view. But I think this view it's make a lot of sense because it shows you when it's charging, when it's in eco, when it uses more power. Down there you see also how many kilometer range you still have and how many percentage. If you go to vehicle to electric, you have a nice graphic that shows you what happened with the energy in real time. The battery, it's under the rear bench, rear seats. And you can see here a nice graphic when the car used the energy or not. Yeah, otherwise visibility around the car, it's great. This is very important when you drive in the city most of the time, when you want to have a small compact car to go quick around. Also, by the way, it has a button here, eco mode. So you press this eco mode and the car will give you the power less, yeah, not so hardly. It gives you linear power. We will test it like that, and then I will also deactivate to make some accelerations. The only thing that I wish to be on the car, it's like on my leg, on my left leg there, I will show you also in the review video, you don't have that area where you can rest your foot around there. So this is something that I wish to have. It's not a big deal, but yeah, I can stay with my leg like that. But yeah, it's something that I wish to be on the car. Otherwise, for this price that Dacia offer this Spring, I don't know, I think it's a pretty good price. And if you're driving, what I recommend you, this car, it's when you're driving up to 100 kilometer per hour, this is around that. If you drive most of the time 80% up to 100 kilometer per hour, I think it's an amazing car to get it. And for the city, I have no doubt that you can drive this car up to 200 kilometers without any problem in the city, in perfect condition. Of course, in the winter, when you have -degrees, the range will be probably around 150. But in the summer, or in just like today where it's 7 degrees outside, I think you can get a lot of autonomy, a lot of range. You have 2 USB-C ports here. You can see you can schedule here. We will talk about everything. It shows you how much you want to charge or discharge the battery. We will talk about all these things in the review video. Otherwise, I like the fact that it comes with this new multimedia screen from Dacia, which Dacia use it also on the new Dacia Duster. For example, you find the same screens, the same multimedia and software, which is really convenient. You can see right now I don't use the brake. I just have to release the pedal and the car is regenerating the brake back into the battery, so you don't use the physical brakes, right? This is very important. And it's not a one pedal drive, and the car doesn't come with auto hold. You still have to press the brake all the time when you're here. But it's very convenient to have this option to drive kind of a semi one pedal drive. But you can also let the car roll. You put it like that in drive, you hold it for a second, 2 seconds, like, and it's switching between different driving modes. And then when you drive, yeah, the car will just roll. And this is also important when you drive at constant speed. In general, the sound insulation, here is the button for the windows, by the way. The sound insulation seems to be fine, but I would say I wish to be better. Keeping in mind we will drive in the city and at low speed is not a big deal, but when you go on the highway at high speeds, then you start to hear some wind, you start to feel and hear like the car is not super stable, and yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But otherwise it's okay. For example, sound insulation from 1 to 10, I will give it 7, around there, 6.5, 7, around this rating. It's not bad, it's fine, but yeah, it's something to keep in mind. But yeah, let's keep in mind, guys, that this car, it's probably one of the most affordable electric car that you can get these days on the market. I don't know other car that you can buy it for less price than this one. Plus you have plenty of space, practicality, it's great here. I like those vents, physical button, everything seems to be pretty good here. Also you have in the back plenty of space, which is again very convenient, very good. And another thing, the armrest. I wish to have some armrest here. I think you can add it yourself. You can make some aftermarket armrest if that bother you. That would be nice, but in general I think it's fine. I think it's fine. You can get use. Otherwise, the position of driving and the grip on the steering wheel right here, it's pretty good. Right now I'm in eco mode, and when you accelerate the car, it gives you the power slowly, but you still have plenty of power to accelerate from 0 to 50. Man, it's really quick. Even you can see over those bumps, it's doing a great job. It's pretty quick, right? So even if we go here around 70-80 km per hour, it's running pretty good. In terms of power, it gives you the power pretty quick. If I deactivate the eco mode, right now I deactivate the eco mode, you will see when we will accelerate. Even if you are in D mode, right, and you release the acceleration pedal, the car will still recharge back some energy. So you don't, it's not like completely 100% rolling. It still have some amount of regeneration, but not that powerful like we have in B mode. So that's again something to keep in mind. You don't have different driving modes to choose from. You just have one different driving mode, but you have this eco button to put it in eco or normal. So you have, maybe you can say you have two different driving modes, eco and normal, regarding the power. And another thing is that also on the steering wheel you have just one mode, and on the suspension the same thing. So that means yeah, it is what it is. And in general, I think it's great. I drive the car, I drive it in the city, I drive it around, and I think it's doing such a good job. I feel like it's agile, it's small, you can do your job without any problem pretty fast, pretty quick, and it's much more beautiful than the previous version. It looks definitely nicer than the previous version. Also, it has a sound when you're driving at low speed. It has a sound so the people can hear you when you are around. Now I want to show you also the cruise control. We will go on the right lane. And the cruise control, it's here. You can set it from here. You can set the speed. You have to have over 30 km/h in order to activate it. It has lane warning assist, but it doesn't have adaptive cruise control. So it's just a classic cruise control. You just activate it and it's just holding the speed there. That's great for the highway. Just put it there and then it works, but you have to pay attention to the road. Braking, also keeping the steering wheel, it's very important. So yeah, it's a classic cruise control. You have also a limiter, a speed limiter. Also you can activate it from here, just like that, and then you activate the speed limiter. So that's again something to keep in mind. And it has also, of course, the lane warning. You can see right now it's push you back between the lanes. Look at this. If you go out, it push you back. Let me see. Go out and then it push you somehow back. It's hold you between the lanes. It's not a proper autopilot. It's just, look, it's just a warning that push you back between the lanes. It's great to be here. I mean, it's great to have this lane keeping assist and warning and stuff like that. It has also emergency brake in case the car in front will brake and you don't have time to brake. Your car will brake as well. So it still have a few safety features, very important, but no cruise control. So yeah, basically, if many people will drive this car most of the time in the city, you don't really need an autopilot, right? You need a better price, a good price, to have a car that's pretty. And if you want to cross pass at 100 km/h, you can still do that. Look at this. And you go on the highway, 120. Of course, you start to hear some noise from outside, wind noise. A lot of wind noise. It's also cold and a little bit windy today, but you hear a lot of. But what I was surprised to notice is that the stability, it's really good. I mean, it feels quite stable, excepting the fact that you hear some noise from outside. The car, it sits so well at this kind of speeds. I mean, it's hold really well. Wow, impressive, really impressive. We can pass. Yeah, I think it's windy. I think it's pretty windy from the front. I think the wind, it's hitting from the front. Look at this. Wow. I'm surprised on how good it is. Of course, it's quite light, the steering wheel, as expected, so it's not crazy stable. As long as you keep it straight, it feels quite good, but it is a little bit light, and you feel that it's a little bit light when you try to take the curves. So it doesn't have so amazing handlings and sporty feeling. It's just more of a comfortable, basic feeling. And right now we can turn on the hazard light, and I put it in B mode because I want to not use the brakes. Look at this, I don't use the brakes, the car is just recuperate energy, but in the end, of course, you have to use the brakes or acceleration pedal. So man, I'm surprised. Of course, the sound insulation at high speeds over 100 km/h, you start to hear wind, right? It's kind of normal. You can have everything. Then the second thing, I'm surprised on how good the car is managing at those kind of speeds. I feel like I can drive 100, even much higher speed without any problem. The car, it's limited to 125 km/h. It's limited because it can do 150 without any problem. Why they limited? Because I'm not sure how safe it is to drive with this car 150, 180, and then something happened. You know, I mean, it's a safety thing. But regarding driving at 120, man, the car, it's good. It's doing really well, surprisingly well. And right now, you know, when we drive like that in the traffic, it's perfect for electric cars because it uses just a little bit amount of energy, and we have consumption until now 15 kWh, a little bit higher. Why is higher? Because we were on the highway at high speeds, and high speed usually tend to perform worse on electric cars. So speeds between 20 km/h and 100, then there is the perfect spot. Between 80, it's the perfect spot where you can get good consumption numbers. But even if you drive like 10 km/h or 20 km/h, still the car still will have fantastic good consumption. Let me put it back in D. But yeah, it's fine. The car, it's definitely fine. I think it's definitely a great option if you want to have an electric car and you drive in the city, or you just drive. You don't have to drive in the city. If you are in a small city, like you go to work and home, and you have the possibility to charge the car at home, you have also solar panels, or you can charge for free or whatever. I think it's a fantastic option because you can save a lot of money. You can buy it for a good price, and even if the battery will broke in time, you can change it for less amount of money that you will have to repair a car with a combustion engine car after 8 years, where the time that you have the warranty for the battery. So I think it's a great deal buying an electric car with a good price, because it's also cheaper to repair, because the battery have 27.4 kWh. It's not that expensive like the one from Tesla, for example. So probably how much it can cost, 3,000-4,000 euro after 8 years. That mean, imagine you have an IC, internal combustion engine car. After 8 years, how many kilometers you have, how much money you pay for the service and for the gas and for the filters and oil and all that stuff. I think it make a lot of sense. And imagine if the car will last 15 years, right? If this car will last 15 years without needing to replace the battery or something like that, or even longer. Imagine how much money you can save. 60 km/h is doing fine. In the curves, yeah, it stays fine, pretty comfortable, surprisingly comfortable. Perfect visibility, very good agile. It's quite agile. You can move it around easy. Yeah, the handlings are not the best, but it's doing perfectly. You do the job perfectly with the car. You can see right now, even if we are in D mode, the car still recuperates some energy. You can, if you anticipate very well what's coming next, you can drive really good. And it stays fine. It stays fine on the curve. Now going back on the highway, I will go on the second lane because the first lane it's full of bumps and holes. And look at this, accelerate to 100, no problem, and we go uphill. It feels like it has more than enough power. You see, over 100 km/h, you still start to hear some noise from outside, and the car is limited to 125. Now you hear some road noise because that road asphalt there was not that good. But look at this, we have like 130, and imagine the car is limited to 125, right? So we can reach 130 here on the highway, and I'm all the way down with the pedal. It's all the way down, and it's stopped at 130 km/h. It's doing fine. I mean, stability, it's great. You hear a lot of noise, not a little bit, but stability, it's perfect, man. I mean, the car, it sits really well on the road, really well. Now 120, it's pretty good. If you go lower, I'm surprised on how good it's managing at those kind of speeds. I was expect to be much more like not so stable, you know, not so. I feel like I can trust the car, you know, that feeling when you trust the car that can handle these kind of speeds and without any problem. And yeah, this is the feeling right here, the same way. We go out here of the highway, we recuperate the energy back. We lost a lot of energy. 17.7 kWh is the consumption right now until here. But now we will go in the city, we recuperate the energy back into the battery right now, so we can win some battery back. Let's go in B mode, and now it's stronger. You see that? I don't use the brake. Now I will use the brake right in this moment, and then we go in the city. And let's drive here a little bit in the city with a little bit of traffic and crowded city. You can see after we finish with highway, we have 17.1 kWh, right? So we will see now in the city what kind of numbers we can get. I'm going in D mode right now, because the D mode, I noticed that it still have some amount of regenerative brake, which is better for consumption, because we don't lose too much energy through the heating process and friction process. Very easy on the roundabouts, very easy going around. Yeah, over the bumps is doing also pretty fine. I like it. I like the steering wheel, I like the grip, I like how easy you go around different situations. It's everything you need. It's the perfect city car. And look man, these guys, they should turn on the hazard light from the beginning. Anyway, yeah, the car, it's made for those national roads. So if you're a person that drive not only in the city but also on those national roads with speeds up to 80 km per hour or 90, man, this car is perfect for those kind of stuff, those kind of situations. I like it so much. And man, when you think about, you can get this car with incentives, great incentives in some countries, and you can get it at around 11,000, 12,000. Not this model, yeah, the entry-level version. Maybe this one at 50,000, let's say, or something like that, 40, 50,000. Then it's a great price, 50,000 euro for a car, with brand new car with warranty and so on. I think it's great. $16.3 kilowatt hour until now. We go in the crowded city right now. We will get some traffic around here, but that's normal. That's good because we need a little bit of traffic, so to understand a little bit more the consumption. 60.1, it's going down, you know, because on those kind of situations it performed the best in terms of consumption. And I drive, when I get the car today, I just get the car and I drive only in the city because I have to cross the city around 15 kilometers, and I have that amazing consumption that you saw before, and I was like, oh my god, this is really good. I mean, in terms of numbers, in terms of consumption, it's extremely good, because in the future we will focus more on how much the electric car will consume, how much energy. Look how easy I go in those roundabouts. The turning circle, it's extremely good. Visibility, it's good. It's light to drive. I like it so much. Really, I really enjoy driving this Spring. I drive the previous version, but I don't know, I was not so excited, but this time I feel like I like it much more. And I remember when I drove the previous version, first time was in Switzerland, and I was like, I liked the car, but I wasn't so excited and I didn't understand it so well. But now that I drive it here in the city and on the highway, and it makes more sense. I mean, let me make this test. Here is the ultimate test for the suspensions over those railways. The consumption is going down 15.6 kilowatt hour, and if I drive in the city more and more and more, then the consumption will go even lower and lower and lower. Look, that's fine. You hear some noise from down there, but it's pretty fine. Oh my god, look at how much dust they make here on the street. They have constructions in this area, but they kill this street. Look at this, everything, it's dust and muddy and yay. Anyway, I like that here A-pillar, it's so kind of small. You have fantastic visibility around the windows. It's really good visibility, so I can see around perfectly. I can see the people around, I can see the cars around. I feel like I'm super agile and and let me activate eco mode again in the city because I didn't drive in eco mode until now. In eco it's better because it gives you the power much smoother, so we'll use the energy much smarter. Another thing to keep in mind, I didn't use the climatic system or the heating system on this trip. Sorry about that. I can speak. I had something in the neck. Now it's good. I have to wait for this, but it's fine. We simulate the traffic now. We're simulating the traffic a little bit. That's good. 15.2. This is really fine. Really good number for the way we drive on the highway at those kind of speeds. And taking into consideration that the car is not made for going at those kind of speeds. Now, looking at the number, I think it's fantastic because the estimated consumption is 14.6, if I remember well, and I have 15.4. Wow, it's really close. And I didn't drive near as you should drive with this car. I haven't planned to make another video only for city driving to see the numbers and the consumption. Just in the city, only in the city. So I will do that, and definitely check out that video as well to see, because this car will be used for most of the people in the city, and that's important. And I know I have some questions on my previous Spring videos, and many people ask me about what is the consumption in the city, and I want to test that. You see, here is the big advantage. I have such a small car going on those streets where we have cars on the other lane that come. They're pretty big. You see that this, and I have such a small car. I have no problem to go around here and go in small spaces, and that's a big advantage, having a small car in the city. So we catch just a little bit of traffic, not too much traffic, but I plan to make another video where we have much more traffic, so we can test a little bit better what will be the number. So yeah, definitely check out that video as well, and also check out the full review video with this one, because you can get more information. And also the night test drive. I will have a night test drive if you want to see it in the night time, how the lights perform in the dark. Definitely check out that video as well. But yeah, the consumption is going lower and lower. As much as the more I drive in the city and at those kind of speeds, the more the consumption is going down and down and down and down. And this is extremely good, because this is where the car should perform the best. This is for what this car was made, right? And outside it's pretty cold. Let's keep this in mind. We have 14.8 kilowatt hour. Wow. So the consumption is going even lower. Wow, I'm crazy impressed. I didn't expect that. And Dacia really said that the consumption is around 14.6 or 8. I don't remember exactly. Now it goes to 15.1, but was for a while was 14.8. Wow. It's impressive. I'm definitely impressed with the number, and now it goes to 50. let me go in reverse. You just press it forward. You have this reverse camera that help you park pretty easy. I mean, you can park it easy. And you have the parking sensors on the rear there that warn you if it's some obstacle in the back, but still you can park without any problem. The thing is that the car doesn't have a park button, a park mode. You just pull the handbrake and then you just have to pull it backwards in N, in neutral, so you can see the N there, and then the pull the handbrake, and now you're in N. Now it's good. You can stop the car and go away. So we still have 83% battery, 172 kilometers. I still drive plenty until now, and the consumption 15. So we go, where is it? Here, my driving, and we can definitely see down here 15. This is the consumption. This is the way we go on the highway, a lot of consumption and so on. But from my point of view, I think it's fantastic number. It's a fantastic number. Tell me I drive too fast and I didn't anticipate so well. It gives me some advice here how to drive economical. This is also cool. Yeah, pretty nice. From my point of view, it's a great number. I didn't expect that. I wanted to take the car on purpose on the highway at high speed, at maximum speed that the car can do, because I want to test the strength and the maximum power. And I'm surprised how good the car it stays on the highway. This is a plus that I didn't know. I'm surprised about how good the consumption is. Sound insulation is not perfect, so you can hear some noise outside on the highway and wind noise. Perfect visibility, perfect agility. I like the steering wheel, suspension are fine. Overall, it's a well-built car for this price range. So man, totally recommend you to go and test it and see if you like it, because you might like it. And if you need a city car, if you need a car to go to work and home or in the city, this might be the perfect one, and with a pretty good price. Anyway, if you have questions, ask me down below. Whatever question you have. Thank you very much to all of you that watching my videos, really appreciate. Stay safe guys, don't miss out the full review with the same car, and yeah, I see you soon in the next one. Bye guys.